Hey peeps, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Today I'm going to introduce you to my rare houseplant haul, and we're going to repot all of them. They have acclimated to my home now, but I'm showing that their soil has been quite water retentive, so I'm going to pot them, expose their roots, and put them in my tried and true 5-ingredient soil. So this is what the soil looks like, and the ingredients that you require is Coco Perlite, activated charcoal, chunky orchid bark, and worm castings. If you're interested in seeing how I make that, I'm gonna put a link right here for you as well as in the description. So here are my 5 rare houseplants that are new to my home, and I'm so excited to have them. So first we have the Monstera Thai Constellation, and I had this plant on my wish list for quite some time, and I am so happy to say that it's in my collection. The next plant is my variegated Philodendron Monstera, and I didn't know I wanted her until I had her. Next, I will be repotting my Philodendron billiet. I think this plant is so gorgeous because of the red petals, the red trim around the leaves, and the dimpling on the leaves, of course. Next, I have a sorry-looking Philodendron gigas that had some trouble in its shipping process to Canada, but I'm very hopeful that this repotting will bring it back to life. And last but certainly not least, my most recent #1 wishlist plant is the Philodendron squamiferum. And would you just look at those hairy petals? I cannot with this plant. The leaf shape is also out of this world. This plant just has everything I want and need and have. So, so these are the 5 plants that we will be repotting today. Let's expose some roots. So I purchased these clear plastic orchid pots, and I absolutely love them because it has holes all the way through as well as on the bottom. It's just going to have optimal aeration at this point. So let's get started with the variegated Philodendron Monstera. I'm not going to be putting it in one of these pots because I just feel like it's going to be far too big. I don't want to drown it in the soil. So what we're going to do is just pot it and put it back in here with my fresh soil. So all I'm going to do is just squeeze the soil and lift the plant right on out. I'm going to be very, very careful. Just pressing this out, just squeeze, pour, squeeze and pour. This, sir, is a very small root system. Okay, so there's a little bit of root rot here. New growth, new root growth, new everything. Whew, that is some serious variegation. Wow. Would you just look at that variegation? I gotta go clean this, excuse me guys. Golly, the variegation on this is just gorgeous. Don't you agree? You can't really see it. Oh, I just dropped a piece of a root off. Well, oh, it was a dead one anyway. Okay. Oh, I'm just admiring this. There's so many growth points here. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna pot her up in here with my new potting soil. I need a scooper, and I don't have one of those. In close proximity. All right. All right. That was easy, huh? You can see all the new growth that's coming. And y'all will get updates real soon. Gorge, huh? All right, although this angle is really killing me. Maybe I'm just gonna go ahead and put her on this angle. 1 down, 4 to go. All right, so now I have my Monstera Thai Constellation, and I absolutely love her. She has a new leaf that's coming in, but you're not going to be able to see that. Perhaps you may or may not, but the variegation on her is absolutely stunning. So the soil that she's in, as you can see, it's starting to discolor a little bit there, and that's actually some mildew that's growing on there because this soil is quite water retentive. There are not a lot of amendments in there, and I want to add some organic ingredients just to help feed this plant a little bit better. So let's do what we did before. Just loosen things up. Okay. This soil is very dense, but I see a lot of healthy root growth. Ooh, son. This looks good. You're gonna be happy in your new home. I need to get a bucket of water to soak these roots in. All right, so I'm gonna get as much soil off the roots as possible. And then I'm just gonna give it a little soak in the water. That's gonna help the soil come off much easier. See, the soil is so mossy and so thick that I can barely get through it up here. And I'm losing some roots in this process, but that's okay. Just a little off the ends. Looks pretty good. All right, so what we're going to do is put her in here, and I will be able to watch the roots grow. That's gonna be great fun. So there is my Monstera Thai constellation. Absolutely love it. Okay, now we're going to do the Philodendron billiet. It still has some perk to it, as you can see, but it is starting to turn yellow. It's heavy, it's not dried out at all. It's just not working out for me. Let's be careful with this guy. Okay, it's not that bad. That's okay. That's not a huge concern because the plant is not going to put the energy into those leaves. It's just going to focus on loving its new home. Yeah, that's very wet. Doesn't smell good either. Just gonna wash you off there. Yeah, some of those roots were starting to rot, so I'm just going to take off the older roots or the rotted bits. Oh. Oh, good golly, that was difficult for some reason. Next, let's do my Philodendron squamiferum. It's so beautiful. All right, let's get in there. Still so sad about you. Totally putting this in water. So one of those billiet droppings actually had a new node coming out of it and a little stem, so I just stuck it in my sphagnum moss and we're gonna see how that goes. Okay, now for the squamiferum. There's some new growth there. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? Yep. There was just a little bit of root rot and that stem, just gonna keep an eye on it, but it looks like it's done rotting away. You see that? So what we're gonna do is we are going to pot this so this new growth point here is a little bit closer to the surface and it can have a better chance. Like this. All right, and there's the squamiferum. That looks so good. And that new growth point right there. She's free. She is free to do as she wants to. Oh, this plant makes my heart skip a beat. It's just the shape. Would you just... Last but certainly not least, we need to take care of my Philodendron gigas. It is in the worst shape of all of these plants. Well, not all of these plants are in bad shape, but that one is. Oh boy, this does not look good. It's so moist. The roots feel so wet. It's not as bad as I thought, but we gotta talk. Okay, so I just found like a big sopping wet piece of sphagnum moss in the soil with this thing, and why? I don't know why. Let's clean these roots up. I'm debating whether I want to take that bottom leaf off or not. Yeah, I'm gonna take that bottom leaf off. Because it was starting to get rotten. I just don't want to cause problems for the plant. Just cut it a break here, that's all. And also this way I can anchor it deeper into the soil. Don't hate me, but like I just really need to not let the plant sit the way that it was. This is how we're gonna put it in. Really horizontal like that. And then this way it gives room for me to have that moss pull back in here. All right, I think I'm confident with this. Let's root it up or pot it up. Oh, yes, there's new growth under one of those leaves that I plucked off. So that's good, but it's just gonna have quite a ways to go. It's gonna have a long way to travel. All right, y'all, I am super happy with how I potted up this gigas. It's gonna go over real well once it realizes where it is. Oh, this is gonna be so nice. That went a lot better than I expected. Very pleased with how that went. So actually, because the stem is curling this way, there's new growth that's coming up here. So eventually it's gonna come up and it's gonna fill this area. And then, you know, maybe I'll have two gigai. I don't know. Oh, I feel so much better. I already feel like it's happier. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. As you can tell, I'm not going into many care tips here because I just got them, but I will be giving you guys an update, and with those updates, they will all be individual videos. And with those individual videos, I will be giving you guys my care tips. All right, now actually before I head out, there are just a few things, just a couple things I want to say. So as most of you already know, I've already done the giveaway draw. So if you don't know, check out this video right here and find out if you won or not. And for all of you guys who are still here, I have 20% off on my website until the end of March. So just use KJK20 at checkout and you're gonna get 20% off your entire order. Bonus, all orders over $100 offer free shipping. And that's it, peeps. Thanks for hanging out and watching me repot my rare houseplant haul. I'm so excited to have these babies in my collection, and I'm excited to give you guys an update. So stay tuned, and until then, peace and love. Bye.